Welcome back. We back.
We back.
We back. We missed a week. We're busy humans, but we back.
Too much shit going on. You almost had a full replacement staff. Almost.
But the replacement was busy too.
Yeah, ironic. I mean, full staff. I was thinking we should just replace both of us for one episode and just see what happens.
Life is busy.
Get two people in here, one and two, and then both of us just sit down and just
let
hit the record button
shit
and just see what that's actually not a bad idea.
No, fuck that shit.
Let's get sub.
It wouldn't be the Dick Van Myke show anymore, would it?
Yeah, but we could just have them do stupid shit, call each other Richard and Myke, and then just play it up and just be stupid the whole time.
I mean, I guess, but we could just be stupid.
We are.
I try.
No, you don't have to try.
You're too vanilla.
You don't have to try.
You're vanilla ice cream, and I'm ketchup ice cream with mustard sprinkles.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend to understand that reference.
I'm just okay. Never mind. How you been?
Good. I've been good. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that follow button. Hit that auto download button, etc., etc. I'm not gonna go through the spiel. Yeah, I've been good, bro. I finished building my racing setup.
I know. I saw.
I just finished tonight.
What else did you do?
Here. So that's
because I saw a picture of you saying it's done.
So it was I did one more thing to it.
Okay.
To make it better.
Did you make it so that the rails work?
Oh, I already had that down.
Oh, sick.
So I had to, the stand for the steering wheel, how it sits on rubber feet.
Yeah.
The thread on the bolts is not common. It's not a fine thread or a regular thread. It's something in the middle.
Well, it's not meant to be taken off.
The rubber feet that screw on very easily.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess.
So I had to drill holes through the wood that it's sitting on and I found bolts and I put them through and anchored it so that way the steering wheel doesn't move. There's a couple times where I was hitting the brakes real hard and I ended up pushing the whole stand forward while it was sitting on
I have never managed to do that. How hard are you pressing shit?
You have to know my setup. It's on this it's on 2x4s.
No, I know, but surface. I thought the rack was actually touching the floor because it's the same rack as mine.
No, the rack is on.
On the 2x4s.
Everything is on.
So you were sliding the 2x4s, not the actual rack.
No, you're not listening.
I am listening. I'm trying to understand.
So the stand for. Let me explain before you interrupt.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
All right.
So I built the frame. It's on casters.
Yes.
So it's a 5-foot long frame.
Mm.
And on the back side is the seat, which is anchored in properly. And then the front side of it, I put the stand directly on this frame I built with the steering wheel shit attached to it.
The rubber feet are resting on 2x4.
They're resting on smooth, brand new 2x4s. And when I hit the brake a little bit too hard, it slid forward a little bit.
So that makes sense.
So I had to get bolts to drill through the wood and into the parts where the feet go so I could anchor it. So it cannot do that anymore. So now everything is anchored onto this trolley basically, or dolly or whatever it is. So I'm sitting on the same thing that's fixed to the steering wheel attachment.
Okay, cool.
I'll just drop you a little photo here, and if I remember to do this,
put it in the video.
I'll put it in the video on the main screen. So that's the bolts there.
Okay.
And then you go and that's the wrong way. That was the bolts I bought. So it's literally just sitting like that.
Okay.
And then that's how the seat is on there. Yeah, maybe I'll just throw a quick little collage up. It's pretty cool. It's very comfy. I can slide the seat back. I was very smart because of my height. I made it a little bit further back than a typical car seat, so that way it actually goes back further than I need it to.
You.
No, it's better than fitted to me.
But
Shaq could come over and play my racing sim and be comfortable.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Because what I was gonna do is I was gonna rip the seat out of a car and put it on legs and sit that in front of my rack.
Yeah.
But what I'm likely gonna do, because I found on Amazon for $10, they're just little rubber cups almost, and they go under your seat wheels.
Okay.
And it locks it.
Right.
You can't move at all. So I'm back in my seat with the wheels now. I don't have to worry about taking the wheels off every time I want to put my wheel up. You just gotta
put feet under it every time.
Yeah. Or I could just leave the feet under it. It's not a big deal.
I guess if you're in a position that you're always playing in anyways.
Yeah, I haven't played anything other than racing games for the last little while. But it's good. It's a lot better now. The only thing is now, because I'm not sitting so low and stretched out, I do have to move my pedals a little bit more forward, but that's easy with the rack because you got the same one that I did, didn't you?
Yeah. And it's
insanely sturdy.
It is sturdy. you're right. There was a wee little bit of wobble, like not enough not enough to worry about.
Yeah.
But ever since I bolted it to the stand, it is not moving. Like it will not move.
I know, it's awesome.
So now that it's like bolted in place because it has no give.
I looked at the materials because usually for something that inexpensive, because it's only like 100. It's like what, $80 or something like that. It was, or
yeah, it was like
it
was like not much over 100, if that.
And
because I think when we both bought it, it was on sale or something.
Yeah, and you're thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be made out of like aluminum or something light and easy. And
yeah, no, it's heavy.
It's cast iron. I looked it up. It's literal cast iron.
So when I was building the thing out in the shop in my backyard, I carried out like the racing seat. I carried out the stand, and I was like exhausted by that point. And when I had to bring it back in after I assembled everything, I was like,
it's
this
heavy.
Is fucked.
It's
like,
heavy. It's very
the
heavy.
only other time I'm moving this, I put on casters so I could put it in the closet under the stairs, which is like just long enough. But the only other time I'm moving it from my basement is when I move houses. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not bringing this to an event.
That's all I do. Is I fold it up and move it beside my bench.
Yeah,
my desk. I mean,
I'm not gonna bring it to tournaments. Nothing like that.
The only thing I do have to pick with on it is that the shifter is still a little bit too high. A little bit.
There's a very easy way you can adjust that, I think, but it'll end up bringing it forward.
Yeah,
is if you slid it down the rail a bit.
You slid it down, but that brings the whole weight. Well, I guess, yeah, you could do that. But
you might just have to get like a strap or something.
That would be more far forward.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah. So essentially...
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's better.
What I was trying to do, because at this point now, I'm going to have to take the armrest off of my desk chair.
You said, sorry, did you say it was too low or too high?
It's too high.
The other thing you could do...
I could find a way to mount it right to the side of my seat.
Well, I was going to say, if you got like 2 pieces of 2x4, like...
Not that big.
Not that big, but just work with me here. 1 second. Let me just take these headphones off. Okay.
You were doing engineering class with Dick.
On live or on the podcast.
New segment. Get a theme song. Dick-gineering.
Okay, so you know the thing that it sits on, the shifter sits on, right?
Yeah, the platform there. That comes down. So it's like on an arm.
It's like on a straight little flat thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you take off the shifter.
Extend it.
And then put on the bottom like a piece of 2x4. Not this big. Like maybe like half a size. And then screwed to the bottom of that 2x4, another one like this, so it's offset. So imagine this whole hunk wasn't there. It would bring it forward and a little bit lower.
Yeah, I would.
And then you could just spray paint it black.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really going to get too into it, to be completely honest, because when I'm playing Forza, I'll likely only use the paddle shifters, depending on what I'm driving.
Pleb.
I'm going to try to leave it actually realistic. So if I'm driving a car that would have a 5 or 6-speed manual, I'll use the shifter. If I'm driving a McLaren or something with paddles, I'm going to drive it with paddles.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's acceptable.
The only thing that you'll have to manually do when you're playing is turn on or off the clutch. Because like in a McLaren, you wouldn't have a clutch pedal.
You just have paddles.
But it would... Because the way the game is, it would have like the clutch being used, so you'd have to use it to use a paddle shifter.
Yeah, I know. But that's fine. We're gonna have fun once that comes.
That's what I like about which game is it? Project Cars and Assetto Corsa and all that.
Do you actually have Project Cars though?
Yeah, I've had it for years.
You pay $10 a month for that?
No.
Oh, no, that's iRacing. Never mind. Scratch it.
I think iRacing is
is like $10.40 a month to play.
Yeah, but it's like the shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like iRacing is like the tits of.
I know it is. That's what all the
racing.
Yeah. So all these competitions you're looking into are
all the competitions for like across the board pretty much all use Assetto Corsa Competizione.
Okay.
Competizione,
you mean?
Whatever. You're Italian. I'm not Italian. I'm saying it as it's written.
Yeah.
Competizione.
Competizione. It means Assetto Corsa competition. That's what it means.
See, I'm not Italian. I wouldn't know these things.
It's pretty easy to get that from looking at the word.
Say it again.
Competizione.
I don't even hear the Z in there.
Zione.
Zione?
There it is.
Competizione?
Yeah.
Was that close?
Yeah, kind of.
That was the most whitewashed shit you ever heard,
well,
right?
I mean, you were doing it wearing a Silver Salmon Challenge shirt, so yeah, it doesn't get whiter than that.
It's also like super poserish anymore in this. I don't fish. I caught like 2 fish one day, and I was like, I'm a fisherman now.
If you couldn't tell I was Italian by the white V-neck and a gold chain, then there's something up with you. I got this at Winners for $8. Of course I'm going to wear it. It looks like I have money, but I don't. Just like I have on my computer. I'm not broke. I'm pre-rich.
I'm pre-rich?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You telling me you don't appreciate that?
It's hopefully it happens.
I hope it does too. Did you get the picture I sent you? Oh yeah, you did. When I was at Drive Festival, the 72 that was a Datsun too. That wasn't a Skyline.
Yeah. I saw it. I did.
So that would make it a 71 then, right?
It's like there was like I think a 1 year overlap in like 70, 71. Because like the Datsun 510, the one that everyone knows when they see it, is a 70. And then the 2000 GT Skyline is a 72.
So which one did I send you? It had Datsun badges.
I don't remember exactly what it looked like, but I believe it was like a 70 to 72. So it could have been a 71 if it was Datsun. It could have been a 70. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna put this somewhere so the buzzing doesn't go on the table. That's just a 510, right?
I just had Datsun. I didn't look at it much.
Yeah. So. That's a confusing one.
Why?
Do you have another picture of it?
No, I just took that. It was in a parking lot. It wasn't actually part of the festival. Somebody came in that car.
So it's hard to tell by this photo, but that might be a Skyline front end.
On a Datsun.
There's a guy I follow on Instagram that does that.
Because that also it looks to be lowered. They're definitely different rims.
Oh yeah, those are the Skyline rims.
Oh, they came like that? Like the black 5-spoke muscle car rims, basically?
They're 8-spoke.
Are they?
Yep, and they're a little bit deep. Yeah, this guy's got the back end lowered a lot and the front end lowered a bit. I don't know if I'll be able to find this really quickly, but if I do, what I was talking about, you'll see it right away. Just give me one quick second here. Yeah, but I almost, I think I'm getting close. Here it is. Let's see if I'm right or wrong or completely off. No, I'm wrong. So that is just an original Datsun 510 front end. It just looked a little weird from that picture. I think maybe because it's low. I'm not used to seeing them that low.
Yeah, it's got a roll cage in it as well. If you notice through the windows,
I wasn't looking at that.
It's got a full cage.
I'll show you this guy.
It's so little too. The fact that it's parked next to a Ram 1500 is the funniest thing.
Yeah, people don't realize how small they were.
They're like here,
this is one I was talking about. This guy's go through a couple of the pics. So it's a Skyline front end on a Datsun 510 body.
So what was the difference between the Skyline front end and the Datsun front end? Is it the lights?
Like just the lines, the mirrors, the lights. The mirrors were halfway down the hood on the Skyline. And they might have been on the Datsun too, but I think people modernized it and put it properly.
This thing is very evidently heavily modded because I can see the engine.
Yeah.
And it's a drag car.
It might. I don't think it's a drag car.
That's it lined up at a drag strip right there.
No, that's a limbo.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's a car limbo. It's because he's got it lowered. That's a thing. Car limbo is a thing.
The lowest car I've ever seen in my entire life, and I wish I still had the picture, but I don't, was a picture of when I was at school still. There was a guy in the summer that drove a Miata that was so low, I swear to God, the top of the roof reached my waist. This thing.
Really?
He would drive underneath the gates for the parking lots.
There's no way that's a drag car.
He would never pay to get into the parking. He would drive underneath.
Drive under it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that's a drag car. That's too low profile tires.
Oh, it's beefy.
It's so cool.
It's a beefy boy.
I like it. So yeah, so with this setup now, so now it's all done. Yeah, I bolted the things together, and the seat's adjustable. As I was saying, like literally, someone taller than me could comfortably play at my setup because the seat could go back like another 5 inches. That's more than I need it to, or not 5 inches, maybe like 3 inches. Mm-hmm. But also someone like you or my girlfriend probably could actually comfortably sit and play it too. Because it goes forward enough.
I like to sit low and laid out too, so I'd probably be not much further forward than you, just because your legs are they're pretty obviously longer.
Yeah,
than mine.
I did set the pedals pretty far.
That's how mine are right now.
They're just easy to adjust.
Mine are almost as high as they can get on the stand right now.
Yeah, so mine's pretty well set up. So I actually was showing it to my dad, and my dad has this guy he does business with. Have had a long relationship, and his son does professional simulated GT3 racing. Like he drives in like the big races, like. And so they sent me a whole bunch of links, and like I knew that sim racing was like a big thing. Like all esports are pretty big.
They're getting big.
They are some of the best payouts for an event that you can do. But I didn't realize, like I knew sim racing was big. I didn't realize how big it was. There's sim racing for like every level. There's multiple like groups and organizations. There's literally there's one racing series specific to people that use Logitech wheels. Like, if you don't use a Logitech wheel, you can't race with other people.
They're not as
Thrustmaster specific ones as well.
Yeah, because the Thrustmaster is way better.
Yeah, but like most of the guys in like the GT3 professional series just play like we used to when we were sitting at our desk, mounted to our desk. Like they don't play anything more advanced than that.
Really?
Yeah, like some of these guys don't go all out. Some do. Some go to the tits and get like full car dashboards in their basements and like windshields and
there's
shit.
some dudes with some pretty fucking intense trucking rigs.
Yeah,
where
same
essentially
idea.
I actually saw one I was watching, and this wasn't an American truck simulator player. He was part of Euro Truck. But they're all connected through a thing called World of Trucks. It's the same company that makes them all. But this guy was featured all over World of Trucks as well, but he essentially built the full cab of the Renault cab over that he was driving. And he built the whole cab, including the roof and everything. You open a car door to get into it, close it. It's got all the shit. And then he put a screen on the windows and a big TV on the windshield. And so it is essentially exactly like sitting in a truck.
Yeah, I believe it.
The full box with the air brakes and everything, completely functional. Speedo, completely functional. Everything completely functional.
Yeah, but like at a certain point, it's like, hey, bro, just go get a truck.
But you could build a rig like that for what? Maybe $5,000.
I'd say a lot more.
Not really, because you could just go to a scrapyard and get a thing like that, and it would cost you a few $100.
You think a few hundred? A scrapyard?
For a cab?
Yeah,
just
they
a cab
charge you a
with the
shit
interior?
ton of money. I bet you they charge you like
I could get the front seat out of a Mazda Speed right now, like those nice.
No, you
Mazda
said like
Speed.
a truck.
Yeah.
So like if you had to get like an international fucking front end, it's gonna be like
these things are a lot
$2,000.
smaller. That's why I said it's Euro Truck. It was like a Renault cab over, right? They're like
they're
glorified vans.
Yeah, I got it.
Right?
Got it.
The Euro trucks are way smaller. It's America that has I got a fucking 28 liter V14 in this bitch. Like they don't do that shit. As long as it can pull the trailer, they're happy in Europe.
Yeah, I got it. I know what you mean.
But it's insane the shit that they do, these guys.
Yeah, so anyways, they sent me all that information. All the racing series and groups and organizations, and like I got into a Discord and everything. So I'm gonna practice. Sorry, I skipped a whole beat here. I lost track of where I was.
All these links.
So
some of them are only Logitech.
No, shut up.
Okay.
When I've played racing games in the past, like before doing this, I've never played like the race cars. I've never played anything that wasn't like attainable. I won't use, that's not the right word, but like I've never raced anything other than like the cars you see in like Fast and Furious 1, which is like Skylines, Evos, Imprezas.
I mean, what you said before is kind of, it's pretty accurate, like attainable cars.
Well, like I'm not ever going to probably own a GTR, like an R34, because like $200,000.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I drove like street cars and did street racing in all the racing games I've ever played. And
it's more fun to drive those cars anyway.
Well, it is and it isn't. But the
kicking
thing
the
is,
tail out
like,
and all this stuff.
Now I tried driving the GT3 cars, and like those things are fucked. Like it's insane how hard to drive those things. Like it's like driving Forza. I can drive whatever car in Forza that I want. They're all easy.
With a car, when you're driving like with a controller as well, it's a different ball game because it's
no.
Like,
I'm talking about going from like wheel to wheel, like Forza driving a R34 Skyline versus like driving a McLaren 650 like GT3 car, like completely like different worlds.
But what my point is it's like when you're playing, like, let's say when I was playing Forza Horizon 4, and you got the controller in your hand, everything is right there, and you can do it all, and it's not intimidating. As soon as you're behind an actual wheel with the shifter in your hand, and you're required to drive it with that much accuracy and shit as well.
I know what you're saying, but that's the opposite of what I'm saying. Like, I've been playing with a wheel for years already.
Have you actually?
Yeah, because I had the Xbox wheel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I've already been playing with a wheel when I've been playing racing games. I didn't have a shifter or a clutch.
But you had a wheel.
Which is why I upgraded. But so I've been playing Forza for the past like 5 or 4 weeks since I've owned this wheel. On a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got the new Assetto Corsa, which is the one that you're racing the GT3 cars like pretty much only. And that's where the difference occurred. It's not about the controller to wheel. It's about playing the wheel on Forza was easy versus playing the wheel on Assetto Corsa is like fucking insanely difficult.
Yeah.
So now I thought like, oh yeah, I could just probably race a couple times, get the feel for it, and then I could go into some tournaments and stuff. No. I need to like play the whole campaign all the way through. Like,
yeah.
I am slow as shit compared to some of these guys. These guys drive fast.
Because they know.
Like, they know the courses. They know the exact way to approach every fucking turn. Like, it's like they
Once
know
you've
like the back of their dick.
Yeah. Once you know the stages and what the turns are and how fast you can go, and
Yeah,
it's a lot of knowing your car as well. How fast can I go around this corner before I'm upside down in the crowd?
Basically.
Like, yeah.
And it's easy to do that too. Like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm gonna downshift and then go into this turn, and then I'm gonna come out and like upshift at this speed, and you plan it out, and you're like, oh, I missed one downshift, and I was trying to go right, but now I'm left.
Yeah.
And you're like,
oh, there goes my turn. Yeah.
Yeah. I was supposed to go that way.
Yeah.
And it's fucking hard. It's
hard.
I
can only imagine. I know I've never played other than like arcade games with a wheel. So like even when I started to get used to Truck Simulator, I'm like, this is fucked shit. Cause you're focusing on traffic.
Yep.
You got a 52-foot trailer behind you. You're focusing on shifting through fucking what seems like 70 million gears like in Fast and Furious.
Yep.
Just shifting like Vin Diesel the entire time. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, I'm doing 48 miles an hour with a 52-inch trailer, a 52-foot trailer, and I got to make this right turn now.
Yeah.
And you're like it's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And that game is accurate to the point where if you brake too hard, like you're not stopping first off, and your trailer can just fucking go wherever it wants to.
It's like next level. It really is.
I love sim. I love getting into the sim world now.
So
these are just adult video games.
So I'm trying to organize a thing. I'm waiting to hear back from one person who's been a little bit AFK or MIA, not AFK.
AFK works.
They're actually both technically. Yeah. He's been both. We're supposed to have like a duel, like a race battle tournament for my birthday.
Yes.
So I figure I might expand on that and try and get like 3 or 4 people who have wheels. So if you're available that night, it'll be next Wednesday.
I am available. Only thing is I don't have Horizon 4 on my PC.
So I'm open to like trying other games depending if we have all of something the same.
I don't have anything on.
It's all right, whatever. Yeah. That's not.
I'm building my collection. I was a console gamer for so long.
Yeah, I would say get Horizon 4, but only if it's cheap.
Because it's not. It's the same price as Horizon 5.
Really?
It's still $79.99. I looked.
Maybe it's worth just getting Game Pass for 1 month. It's like $10, and then you could have it for like the month, and then, or you just keep the subscription, and when 5 comes out, I
pre-ordered the deluxe edition already, which comes with all of the cars from Horizon 4 as well.
I'm actually looking forward to completely restart.
I am looking as well, but now I'll have those cars as well. You know what I mean? It's not that you get them all in your garage. They're available to purchase the same cars from before. So you get all the older cars plus the ones that they're putting in Horizon 5.
Oh, they don't have the same cars moving over?
It's
new
car library.
Like
newer cars, the new Supra, like all that kind of stuff, right?
But are they keeping like the same popular ones, like the Skyline?
Likely, very likely, yes. But a lot of the,
because that wouldn't make sense. There'd be not enough cars.
A lot of the off-boat cars, like they'll have a new set of wild card kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like how they had like the Peel P20 or whatever the hell that thing was, and like they'll just have all of those plus the old ones. Likely could be even the DLCs. Like on Horizon 4, the only money I actually spent on that game, because I did get it with Game Pass,
right,
was what's it called? It was the Sentra Nismo. Just because I wanted to drive my own car.
They had that?
They had the Sentra Nismo available for purchase.
Oh.
You couldn't get it with any DLC. It was like $3.99 and you get that car too.
Oh.
Which is whatever, fuck it.
There was a
$4.
lot of DLC for Horizon 4.
It was awesome.
You could, if you bought the entire game, like every time a thing came out, you probably like spent like near $1,000.
I wouldn't say that much.
They added the Lego thing, they added the Fast and Furious thing, they added the rally thing, they added the snow
Treasure
thing,
Island.
the Treasure Island. They added all the car packs because they had like a Porsche pack and like something else.
Yeah.
Like, and they were like not cheap. They're like $40 each, and they've added like 20 of them over there. So probably like $500 in DLC.
And that's how most games, it seems like, are doing that. Is they're trying to keep the game affordable, like still like a normal video game price, in and around $60 to $80.
Sure.
But they're just adding more and more DLC,
milking the shit out of it,
right? Because if you give them all of that shit for $80, they're losing money,
right?
But like, I see what you mean, because even with Truck Sim, like I got a convoy of dudes that we play. There's 3 of us. And slowly now we've almost got all the DLC, just because when one of us gets it, we gift it to the other 2, so we all play the same shit.
Wait, you can gift the same thing you bought?
Well, I can buy it and then I gift it to the 2 of them too.
So you buy it 3 times.
Buy it 3 times essentially, but we've all done that for each other. So we've got like 3 new whole states we're playing through, new jobs that we're getting. We could do like the full like house transport with police escort and everything like that. Special loads with like the super oversized freaking trailers and shit, carrying like wind turbines and all that stuff. Like, it's cool.
All right, got
lots of stuff. I know you're not interested in trucks.
No, I'm just trying to keep my thoughts in check because I got to circle back because you've gone on a tangent.
What do you mean? We're talking about DLCs.
No.
Okay, continue then.
So the event.
Yeah.
For my birthday.
You started the tangent, but continue.
No. I started talking about the racing wheel from the beginning. You just keep bringing up different things.
Okay, go ahead.
So I still haven't finished.
Go ahead.
Well, it's supposed to be like a 5-minute spiel. We're gonna have a whole episode on this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So my birthday is next Wednesday, the 29th.
I will be available. I could do casting for you guys. I said.
I'm not announcing that for attention or for praise. I'm announcing that because that'll be the day that I do like a racing sim like tournament or whatever in the evening. So anyone who's listening, if you have a wheel and you have a computer or Xbox, depending on the game we play, or PlayStation, if it's a cross-compatible game, hit me up, because Wednesday we're going to race, and that's just going to be how I do my birthday for my actual birthday.
I might actually look into getting Game Pass, because I did like having Game Pass.
Even if you just do it on Wednesday for the one day, because we can get anyone else who doesn't play racing games to do like any sort of commentary or whatever.
I'm not just going to get it for the day, because I've never driven Forza with a fucking wheel. So I'm obviously going to have to do some... I need to get cars.
Okay, get it now.
I know, I'm going to need to get cars.
Go home and get it. You won't need to get cars, well, because you make money really quick. But if we do like quick play, you can have whatever car you want, I think. I think you can do that.
Yeah, you can, but they're stock, right?
Well, that would be the point, though. Because you'd want to keep it even.
But we'd have to go out of our way to find cars that are close.
Oh, I guess you haven't seen the write-up I put in our Discord. So it's going to be like 2 or 3 classes. So it'll be like rally cars.
Okay.
So
I already know which one I'm picking.
It'll be STI, Evo, maybe Focus RS.
Why? What's the Italian shit?
Golf R.
The Lancia is...
That would be either overpowered or underpowered, depending on which one you go for. So anyways, whatever it is.
Not the Stratos. What was it?
Whatever. It won't be like old school rally. It'll just be like... It'll basically be like Super versus Evo. GTR versus... Sorry. Subaru versus... like STI versus Evo. Supra versus like GTR. Focus RS versus Golf R. Like very similar classes. Or you could just pick the same car. Like that.
I mean, I guess.
My homie and I were already testing it, and it's like... Even like I'm way better than him. I'm saying that pretty like egotistically, I should say, but like I didn't win by a lot because we were using the same car. Only difference was he was driving automatic.
Lame.
Yeah, right.
At least use paddle shifters.
Didn't even use them.
You should.
I'm
gonna look into it tonight, though. I'll do that for you.
Yeah, look, when you get home, just like check out Game Pass, see how much it is, even if you just buy it for the month.
Well, Game Pass is not that big of a deal. It's like Netflix, like $13 a month, right?
Yeah,
and then usually they'll do a thing where you get the first 3 months free.
Download the thing tonight, start playing it, get a handle for it. You'll get used to it right away. It's really easy.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I just got to get used to it, right? Because I've never played it with a wheel.
So anyways, anyone listening, if you do sim racing of any sorts, or if you have a wheel and you want to play, hit me up, because obviously the more people in it would be more fun. And we can just play for the dick of it unless someone wants to make bets. I'd be kind of down for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm the best by any means, but I'll put money on it for fun.
I mean, okay, with these leagues and these tournaments that you were looking at, do they have buy-ins or is it just a cash prize?
Not as many have buy-ins. And only the ones that have buy-ins have cash prizes.
So the other ones are just for the fun of it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different tiers, right? So you got, like, I think the most expensive one I saw was like a $75 buy-in. Mm-hmm. And that $75 is for you to bring in a team of 3 people. So it kind of works at like $25 each. The reason you bring in a team of 3 people is because you rotate drivers. Or, not that you have to, but you should rotate drivers.
Now, is this because it's a long race?
Because every race in the series of 6 races, each race is 6 hours long. And that does not include practice and qualifying.
So it's legit.
So every single race
these guys
like
have
almost
no fucking
a day.
Life. These guys have no life.
Yeah.
Or no career, at least.
Well, no, most of the races are in the evenings. And you can find the ones in your time zone that start at like 7 or 8 p.m.
But then if it's 6 hours with qualifying and all this shit.
Yeah, so you'd have to like take a day off work to do some of these races. And if you have a team of 3, you do get to rotate those. So like...
Yeah.
So you have like some of these races have a mandatory 2 pit stops. You have to stop at the pits 2 times minimum. Otherwise you are like kicked from the race or whatever. You don't qualify. Some are free. Some are same day. And the thing is, it's not like every single race is full of people, but sometimes you go to the same day one. They try and get you to bring your own people. To fill up the spots. But the cool thing about it is, like, if you are good and you practice and you get into like competitions, you have a chance and you can actually make some money. Like the $75 buy-in one has up to 44 teams to participate. So you can have 44 cars in the race.
44 cars times 75 is the pot.
Yeah, your team, and you win 30% of the pot if you're first place, 25 if you're second place, and it goes down incrementally. 100% of the buy-in goes to the top 5 players. So if you came first, you could have like $1,000 for your team. So 300
not bad
change each. Not that I think I'll ever probably get that far, but I'm gonna go for some of the free ones, see how I do.
Might as well.
A lot of people play like the free ones who are really good to like try and find new teammates and stuff like that.
It's also beneficial because then even with the free ones, oh no, I got second to last, but you're learning. And you're seeing how to race properly and all that stuff. You're following the lines.
Some of the cheap buy-in ones are like $5.
Yeah, it's
one race in an evening. So that's it's still like a 6-hour commitment, but
yeah.
But I'm looking into it a bit more. There's a couple like tournaments that are like in the winter, so hopefully maybe I could just enter one for the shit of it.
Maybe they'll have winter rallies.
Well, they do have that.
That'll be all right.
I think the game they've used is Dirt. No, it's not Dirt. It's WRC. The WRC the actual
World
game.
Rallycross, yeah.
Championship, not cross. WRC is World Rally Championship. I think they're on 10 now, the 10th game.
Nice.
So, I actually might get that too because I'm really big into the rally stuff.
That was my main thing when I was even playing Horizon 4. Is I had so many good rally cars, and I would dust people in rally.
I like that they made the rally mods in that game too.
Oh, buddy. That you slap that rally engine in anything, you got the crackle.
Well, no, it wasn't the rally engine. The rally engine was always in Forza since like Forza Motorsport like 3.
You mean like the dirt tires and the
lifting, the tires, the lift kit,
lifting, yeah,
the spare tire on the roof, the snorkel, the push bar in the front, all that shit was like added into Horizon 4 like later on.
Oh hell yeah!
And they just made all the rally cars look cool.
Do you play? What view do you use when you're playing?
Cockpit only.
With the wheel on the screen or without the wheel? Just dashboard and windscreen?
It does depend on the car. Because if I can't see the side mirror when I go into without the wheel view, then I don't like it. I need to see that mirror. So I pretty much always have the wheel in the view.
That's lame.
Just because I want to see my mirrors.
It's not real.
Because if you go too close, it cuts off your mirrors.
This
is why I got a wide angle monitor.
The big thing for me that I think I'm gonna end. This is the reason that I'm doing. The next investment for me, whether it comes to like Truck Simulator, playing Forza, anything like that, is I'm not gonna go full VR, but I am gonna get a head tracker.
A head tracker? I don't know what that means.
So it's like it hooks up to your monitor like a little webcam almost.
Okay.
And then you clip something to either a baseball cap or on a headband, and when you turn your head, the camera moves. So it's like VR without wearing the big things.
So, but if you turn your head and the camera moves, how do you see it when you're looking over there?
Because let's say like you want to look at your mirrors, right?
You would do to move it very slightly, you mean?
Yeah. You would look a little bit. So like if you wanted to look to the edge of your screen, the head on the screen would turn, and you would be able to look at, like for Truck Simulator, a lot of people use them.
I'll have to look into that.
You would do this, and you would look over to your side mirror over here, and then you would look over here, and it would look into the side mirror, and then you could like look like down if you wanted to, and like all this stuff, and it's just cool.
I'll have to look into that.
They're like,
if it works well, I might even try it.
$150. But the only thing I know with Forza, and I have to that's why I haven't bought it yet, is I need to look into, because I know Forza games are not VR compatible. They do not support VR.
They're not.
They're not. Including the new one coming out. I looked at it will not support VR.
Oh.
So
that's kind of
I don't know if it doesn't support VR, if it will work even with a head tracker.
Right. It would work with games that have VR.
Exactly. So I got to look into that more. But essentially it'd be cool. And I don't want to go and spend $200 on a head tracker just for Truck Simulator.
Got it.
As much as I enjoy it, it will get old. It will. It's going to happen.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Me and the whole convoy have already talked about when Forza Horizon 5 comes out. We're basically scrapping that shit for months. Like,
also, you can drive semis in Horizon 4.
And you had the drag truck. I remember that one.
Yep.
That thing was fucking insane.
I think there was a Volvo and a couple other ones. But yeah, you can, and they'll probably have them in Horizon 5.
Oh, yeah, probably.
But yeah, so the Richard, or the Dick Van Prix, I don't
That's
know,
awful.
Grand Prix. I'm trying to think of like a name here for it. Just the Dick Grand Prix on September 29th. If you want to join, hit me up.
Just call it the Dick Van Prix and then make the trophy a giant dick.
No. Although a trophy is a good idea.
Get it like
I should go to Value Village and see if anyone's
get
dumped a trophy.
Go to
like a golfing trophy or something.
Or go to Dollarama and get a couple of those shit trophies, and then like build yourself a podium, and then we could all stand on the podium.
Yes. I'll actually do it. If like, let's say if 4 people join or more, I'll go to like the dollar store and buy a little trophy, and we'll like live stream the whole thing. We'll have proper commentators, but I need to know by
I'll do commentator likely.
No, I'd rather you play, because you're going to be one of the few people that has a wheel. I can only think of, like, including myself and you, I can only think of 4 people that have a wheel. One of them is my homie with the Subaru, I'm talking about before.
Yeah.
The other one is that guy who is in our server in Discord. The one that's
You could drop gamer names.
Afro.
Okay.
He's got a wheel.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. So if anyone
there's
else...
in total, like 4 of us.
That's what I'm saying. So if anyone else if the 4 of us do it and anyone else wants to join, I will literally go get a little trophy from Dollar Store, and we'll actually like make a thing out of it. And we'll get like,
I'll make some calls.
We'll get like Christian to be the announcer or something.
Oh, I'd be a dope announcer.
Or Matt.
Coming into turn 2 over here, we got Richard up in the front, followed by Afro, followed by Liz.
Yeah. So anyways, I think it'd be a cool idea.
I think so.
And if it doesn't pan out, I'll just aim for another weekend down the road and actually organize something with people that I meet in the racing community.
I mean, it would be a good stream event for you regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be. But I also think I'll engage some of the racing communities and bring in a few more people that want to do it, and then I'll always have people.
Just since I switched over to the sim side
also, you can get your homies who play the racing sims too.
I can see if they'll get it. They're more into the sim stuff. Like
you can just tell them that Game Pass is cheap and buy it now and play it for a couple weeks to get used to it.
Yeah.
And right now in Forza Horizon 4, it's winter.
Is it?
Yes. So it's like cool because I like rally.
I thought the seasons didn't really last all that long though.
They change like every couple weeks. So I don't know what it'll be by the time my birthday comes, but it's winter right now. I think it's like every month or every 2 weeks or something. I gotta double check.
I knew it wasn't very long. And at the beginning of the game, it switches like every few races.
Yeah, when you're playing offline.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 4 season time. I don't know. Let's see if that pulls it up. After completing a prologue series of events which introduce players to all 4 seasons, like you just mentioned, the shared world seasons will change every week, with the changes happening on Thursdays at 2:30 p.m. So it would have changed by the time I last played it. So it's not winter right now. It's probably like
by the time this
spring.
episode airs, it'll be a new season.
Spring right now.
Yeah.
And by the time this episode comes out, it'll be summer.
Yeah.
So the rally won't be as dope, but we'll still do it. We'll still do it.
Yeah, man. I think so. I'm gonna look into it tonight. But why don't we get into some news?
We can move on because we spent like 40 minutes on racing simulators.
Whatever.
This episode's just going to be called Racing Simulation.
That's fine.
Or something like that.
The Dick Cup.
The Dick Cup.
The Dick Van Prix.
The Dick Van Prix. I'm sticking with that, man.
You heard it here, folks.
The Dick Van Prix 2021, right?
Dick Van Prix 21.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll make a logo very similar to that. And instead of Myke and show, it'll say Pre and 21.
And you should change one of the outer layers to checkered flag.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll just change like the middle one or the far out ring, or the middle ring because it'll be symmetrical.
Yeah,
I made that. That was easy.
That's it. Done.
That was done.
Boom.
Easy.
Anyway, let's get into the news.
Or order a flag where the whole background is a checker and then it's the logo. Anyways, the news.
You're gonna order another fucking flag.
I don't know. It wasn't that expensive.
Jesus Murphy. Oh yeah. Let's get into the news. Breaking news.
The news. We've said it like 6 times.
Fuck it. I'm going to open the news up just real quick. Just something we're going to touch on briefly. The election in Canada just happened again.
Election 44.
Election 44 occurred on September the 20th, which would have been Monday of this week. We are back with a liberal government again.
And there was much rejoicing.
No rejoicing.
I'm like being sarcastic. It was Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
It was the most expensive election in Canadian history.
Yep.
As well as probably the most unnecessary.
Pointless. Yeah.
Because
we're just back to where we were.
Called an early election and got the exact same results.
Yeah.
So nothing will change.
Yeah.
Except for now we're paying for it in taxes.
Yeah.
Sick.
This guy loves to run our money.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
But we're not going to get into that because then me and Richard are both going to go away to prison for hate crime.
Something like that.
Something like that. But I know you got news and you said you were going to try to keep Star Wars in space to a minimum, but it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. I only have Star Wars news.
Is it just the one news? Two news.
But they're both
twoses.
It's within the same thing. Like if anyone listening who doesn't like Star Wars, I'm like, oh, you're talking about the same thing for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But for me, it's 2 separate things within Star Wars. I'll keep the first one short.
Go for it.
I'll keep the second one short, and I'll start with the second one, and so I'm still gonna keep the first one short, but it's in reverse order.
The more you ramble on like this, the longer you're making it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So Adam Driver, who played Kylo Ren in the new series, the new trilogy, the newer trilogy.
Good soup.
What?
That guy.
What?
Have you not seen that? He was in a different video, and he's sitting alone in a motel, and he just takes a couple spoonfuls of a soup and just goes, good soup.
No, I haven't seen that. That's hilarious. Actually, I'm a pretty, I won't say I'm a big fan of Adam Driver because I haven't seen like anything else that he's really done.
He's a good actor.
He was a Marine, which is dope. He's a pretty decent actor. And there was this episode, or there was this, remember that show Undercover Bosses?
Yeah.
So they did a spoof of that for Star Wars with him. So it was Kylo Ren undercover as Matt the radar tech.
Okay.
And he just goes around like the Death Star or like whatever it's called in the new series, and he's talking to like the people, and he's like, oh, don't you think Kylo Ren is like the coolest guy ever? And they're just like, I don't know, he's kind of cool, I guess. It's like, well, he's got the coolest lightsaber, and I'm like, oh, I think his lightsaber's weird. It's like, oh yeah, well, let me just go get it, and just grabs it and walks in. They interview one guy, and they're like, so what do you think about Matt? And like, I'm pretty sure he's Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's really funny. There's also a second part. I recommend looking into them. It's called Matt the Radar Tech, or it's like it's undercover boss on whatever the ship is called.
If you go on YouTube and type in undercover bosses Star Wars, you'll probably find it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I just realized our Canadian flag's been falling down. You want to fix it while I explain this next bit?
Yeah.
You can probably step on that stool fairly safely. Just tuck it in there.
It's very cushiony. I'm not going to do that.
So anyways, possible new Star Wars trilogy. You also have a chair you can pull up to if you need to. I don't know how tall you are. Yeah. Just tuck it in there a little bit.
The other side's going to fall now.
I just tuck it behind that plaque on the wall there so it's flush.
Yeah, I will.
Look at that. It's perfect. It's good enough. It'll last.
It's going to fall.
It'll last. Okay. Okay. So they might do a possible Star Wars trilogy again, a new one, which would come after the ones that came out, which would feature Adam Driver apparently, even though spoiler alert, fast forward like 15 seconds if you don't want to hear what I'm about to say, going now. Even though Adam Driver's character died, Kylo Ren, sacrificing himself to save Rey, they're gonna bring him back into the new series supposedly. So that's news one.
Okay.
Since I'm on the Star Wars tangent, I'll go on news two. New show comes out. Well, according to this episode that we're recording on, it came out yesterday.
Yeah.
It's called Star Wars Visions. It is, so what they did, it's not canon. It's just like they used Star Wars as an influence. They found 9 of the best Japanese like anime directors.
Yeah.
And they said, make something using the Star Wars universe. Doesn't have to be canon. Doesn't have to be whatever. You do whatever the fuck you want. Anime. So it's 9 unique episodes, kind of like how like Black Mirror is all unique episodes, or like Love, Death, and Robots is all different. Yeah. It's gonna be like that, just 9 different episodes, all in the theme of Star Wars, anime, probably nothing to do with the actual storyline. None of it's gonna be canon, I'm pretty sure, and it's just gonna be dope because it's like it's like someone walked up to you and was like, Myke, what are you into? It's like
in terms of TV,
Marvel universe.
Sure.
Like, make whatever you want anime style of, like, Marvel. Like, just go. Do it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if they're all zombies. I don't care if they're all, you know, moles or, like, dogs. Like, whatever you want. Like, they're doing that for Star Wars, and there's going to be battles. Like, samurai, like, Jedi, and, like, it's going to be dope.
But that's weird that it's anime.
I know, but it's never been done before.
I mean, I guess.
Or it has been, but not in, like, the traditional anime style.
What, you're talking about, like, Clone Wars kind of stuff?
No, I'm talking about, like, anime.
No, I know, but you're talking like that it's been done kind of already.
Oh, there was like a cartoonish animated series of Star Wars like years back. Like, there was there was a Christmas special where like Boba Fett was in it and he had a white armored suit on instead of a green one. But yeah. Anyways, I'm looking forward to it. For us, it's tomorrow night when it comes out, or tomorrow, or probably midnight tonight, I guess. Actually, maybe or 3 a.m. tonight.
Okay.
Not because Disney does that because they're in California. Their head office or whatever.
I got a Star Wars question for you.
Maybe.
Just quick.
Yeah.
So, you know, like the Boba Fett armor?
Yep.
Who's the one that wears the chrome one?
So it's the same armor.
Basically, looks very similar.
It is the same armor. Boba Fett just repainted it. So Jango Fett is like the clean metal and the blue accents.
The chrome. Like that chrome one?
Or are you talking about the new show?
I was playing Star Wars Battlefront, and there was somebody that looked like Boba Fett, but was wearing all chrome. It was like a chrome suit.
Was it blue tints? Like blue really accents and stuff? Let me just show you a real quick picture.
So, because I know Jango was Boba Fett's dad.
Yes.
Or flip that.
No, you're right.
Okay.
Boba's the son. So did your character look like... Why is the picture so blurry? Did it look like that?
No. Who is that lady?
Oh, that's all blue.
Okay, so
Bo-Katan is her name. Yeah, it's like all blue and brown.
Okay, that's not it either. Let me see who it was.
Was it not that?
Kind of looked like that.
If it was that, it's the Mandalorian from the show, so it's Din Djarin.
Nope, that.
Oh, that's not a Mandalorian.
Phasma.
No, yeah, it's Captain Phasma. That's not a Mandalorian.
I see that now. That's who it was, I guess.
Oh, okay. You were tripping me out when you said Mandalorian. Yeah, she's just a stormtrooper.
But she's dope.
She is. She's like one of the best. One of the best stormtroopers.
Can she aim?
I would assume so, because otherwise she'd probably be dead.
I saw a funny TikTok today, actually, of it was a target range, and it was like an instructor, and there was a guy in a stormtrooper suit,
and it was all missed.
Okay, shoot the target, and he'd aim at the target and go pew, and it would go sideways and hit the floor, and he'd go hit the target, pew, and it would go sideways again. He goes, the target, hit the target.
Yeah. There was actually I forget which Star Wars it was, but they actually made a joke about how bad the stormtroopers were at shooting.
Oh, really?
And it was something like, I think it was in The Mandalorian. And they go like, oh, well, stormtroopers only hit like 65% of the shots they take or something like that. Like it was like on average, they only hit like 70% of the shots they take.
Well, how can you see their eye holes are like that big?
They've made that joke. All the new Star Wars have started to call out little things here and there. Like there's a show called Rebels. Yeah. And there's a famous quote by Yoda. And it's the quote is, do or do not. There is no try. Mm-hmm. And so this guy is training this young Jedi, and he says it like, do or do not. There is no try. And he looks at him and goes, what does that even mean? He's like, I don't know. Just Yoda said it all the time, and I never really understood it, but it sounds smart.
Good Lord.
It's like, yeah, they're calling their bullshit. So anyways.
I mean, I know you've worn the Boba Fett helmet a few times trying to do stuff. Can you see well out of it?
No.
Yeah.
No. It's not an ergonomical helmet at all. It's useless.
It'd have to really be like Iron Man stuff where it projects like a whole thing.
Yeah, you'd have to like see everything on it. And I'm sure like maybe within the universe of Star Wars there's a bit more to it than that. Like maybe it's got like wide angle lenses on it. I don't know.
Who knows?
But it's not just a fucking shield. Because I remember when I bought it, like hard hats have like that like sort of like a
the band,
the thing that goes around your head that holds your head, and it's like your hard hat's actually like 1.5 inches away from your skull. So it had that like inside of the helmet. Yeah. But when I put it on, the visor was like above my eyebrows,
so you couldn't see
anything.
So
I literally couldn't see anything. So I had to take that out and put my head like right on the actual bucket.
So it's very not comfortable.
So I ended up like cutting out some foam and some Velcro and like retrofitting some like foam in there, so it's a bit more comfortable. Okay. But it's not like the best.
It's not nice.
Like it's enough for like doing like a 1-day like cosplay event if I ever do that, and like that's about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So anyways, just to summarize, we got new Star Wars trilogy possibly in the works with Kylo Ren, and then we have Star Wars Visions, the 9-episode anime series that is not canon, which is going to be so dope.
And how was Bad Batch?
Bad Batch? It's got a lot of mixed reviews. I'm a fan because what it did. So shows like The Mandalorian and Clone Wars and all the other shows, what they did is they opened doors. Yeah. So they like added new characters or connected characters in different ways as a method to like say, hey, what is that character doing in this place at this time? We've never seen her here before in like all the cinematic universe. Yeah. So this just means that there's something else going on here that they could expand on. Yeah. In Bad Batch, it was like almost the opposite, where they like connected people in a sense where they were closing a door. It's like, oh, that's what this person was doing. Now we understand their backstory and how they got here. So that end is tied up.
Fair enough.
So I like that aspect of it. A lot of people didn't like it because people just are obsessed with like how Star Wars keeps expanding. Yeah. And the one show that's like, oh, let's just try and dial it back a bit and finish some stories. Like there's still gonna be another couple seasons, I think, based on the way it ended. Yeah. But it's not opening any new doors. It's just like kind of getting you down a path. It's like a
consolidating rather than expanding.
Yeah, it's like a funnel. Yeah. It's gonna come to like one end. My prediction, anyways. Like the next season, the next 2 seasons, if there's 2, I know there's 1 for sure. It's gonna come to like a pretty definitive end, and you're gonna know exactly what you've been seeing the whole time. Unlike most shows where it's like, hey, we just planted a tree and there's a whole root system of new stories.
Cool.
So that's my best way of putting it. I think it's good.
Very good.
Yeah. So that's my news.
Very good. I know you get a little off by talking about Star Wars. So
I get off by what?
Just a little.
I go off
and then get off.
Sure.
Anyway,
I'll allow it.
Let's get into some birthdays. Why don't we?
Did you have no more news?
That's all the news.
Okay, birthdays.
Other than I could talk about metahumans.
I want to hear about this.
You want to hear about metahumans? All right.
Because it seems whack.
So essentially what they're doing, and I know we briefly touched about this when they released it, but I think we talked about it must have been like within the early seasons. But essentially, there is the new Unreal Engine that has been released.
For the people that don't know what the fuck that is, like say my parents, what is it?
Unreal Engine is a graphic design tool that is used in making video games. It is a free program, which is what's funny.
Is it free?
It's a free program.
Oh, that's dope. So yeah, it's like an animation software.
It's an animation software.
It's what they use to make your characters and stuff in games.
It's what they're using in...
Did they use it in Avatar? Is that what they use in the movie Avatar with the blue guys?
I don't know for sure. I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know.
Okay.
But it's probably easy to find out.
But it's probably something very similar to that.
Yes. Okay. But what they are using the new Unreal Engine is Forza Horizon 5.
Which is kind of cool. So it's going to look phenomenal.
It looks insane. I tried to show you a video, but you refused to look at it.
I refuse to watch any gameplay because I want to just be fucking mesmerized the moment I start it up.
Breathtaking, to say the least.
I believe it.
To say the least, it's breathtaking. But essentially, and now within Unreal Engine, they are partnering up with Epic Games for this.
Cool.
And they're calling this new software, they're calling it MetaHumans.
Okay.
And essentially what MetaHumans is it's an ultra realistic animation of yourself. You can create...
Oh, it's of yourself.
You can make it of yourself. You can use programs that will scan you and give you a basis, and then you can alter that, or you can create it based on like the same way you would do in like Grand Theft Auto, where you just make a character or something like that, right? So it's going to be like that. And then essentially what the whole premise behind MetaHumans, because you're listening to it and you're going, whatever, it's just making a really realistic version of yourself. What it will do is based on how you, like everything that's run through Epic Games, you will use this MetaHuman, will be your character. It'll be like a me almost.
Oh,
right? And essentially what it does is it will learn your play style, it will learn your personality, it will learn how you do things. And when you log off the game, they will interact as an AI or as an NPC chilling in the game.
As like you in the
doing the things you would do, acting how you would in games. If it's a racing game, they would be driving how you drive.
Or like if it's like Skyrim, they're gonna be like going out and doing adventures.
If you're the kind of person that walks around and robs the shit out of people all the time and just murders people in cold blood, your MetaHuman will walk around and rob people or fight you.
Shit. That's kind of dope.
It's
kind of annoying, but kind of dope.
It's a fully animated version of yourself with an AI that mimics your personality.
That's cool. I don't like it.
Very cool.
This is one of those. So we talked about robots the other week.
Yeah.
Like probably a month ago now.
Yeah.
With the Elon bots. Rise of the Elon bots, I believe is the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Scares the shit out of me. But at least this is contained in a virtual world.
I mean, what they're proposing with these MetaHumans as well is that within 20 to 30 years, we won't need actors at all for movies because they'll just be able to do whatever they want with animation.
Right.
It'll probably cost a lot less.
Yes. You don't have to pay like billions to an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really turning into the Wall-E world. Eventually, we're not going to do anything except for stay in our chair all day and do stuff.
It's going to be like, what's that movie? WALL-E. I guess
where all these like fat people are in their chairs.
When I hear Wall-E World, I think of Walmart sometimes.
No, I said Wall-E. I didn't say Wall-E World.
What? You said in the Wall-E world.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Which is Walmart.
What I meant was like in the world of Wall-E, how like all the people are like lazy and sitting in their chairs, like playing virtual golf all day. They all have like this passive income because they don't need to do anything. They own like nothing or like like everything is just there for them. Yeah. All robots do everything for them. Like it's kind of a utopia, but obviously Wall-E proved that it's not a utopia.
It's what's going to happen at some point because we are getting lazier, right? Not even your McDonald's you need to go get anymore.
No, you don't need to get any food.
Yeah.
You got skip the dishes. You got what's it? Good Foods deliver your meal packages.
Or in the States, they have Postmates where you can literally send like an Uber Eats driver to the supermarket to get you cigarettes, a lottery ticket, and a jug of milk.
Which is whack.
Yeah.
There's another one.
I'm sure Postmates will
the grocery delivery.
Yeah.
I said Uber Eats already, right?
Mm.
So yeah, like nothing.
You don't need anything. Everything comes to your door.
I already buy my pants online.
I buy everything online.
Yeah, it's easy.
You can get everything. You get toilet paper and deodorant on Amazon if you really want to.
Yeah, for like wicked cheap.
Yeah. Then it comes in like an 8-pack. It's like Costco on your computer.
It comes in like an 80-pack.
Yeah.
You're good for like a year. You don't have to see the delivery guy. You only see the delivery guy once a year if you just get canned goods.
But yeah, there's that.
It's kind of fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
as well as actually, I can talk about another thing. It's car related.
God, I love and hate technical advancements so much.
I love it.
It's
I do
like
like it. But anyway, I'll move on to another topic. Past the metahumans, we're not going to scare you with robots anymore. But Hyundai is launching the N line, and I know you're going to say they have that already,
but
they
across all the cars.
Yes. So similar to how, let's say you look at Mercedes, which is the easiest to look at. You got the Mercedes.
Yeah.
You got the C63 AMG, or you can get a C300 AMG package, right? Which will come with a slightly bigger engine,
like the AMG badges. On its own, you mean?
Yes. So they had the Elantra N, they have the Veloster N, and they have the Sonata N.
They had a Sonata N?
They have a Sonata N.
That's dope.
It's pretty sick. They are now launching for the Elantra, the Sonata, not the Veloster, because the Veloster's been discontinued rather than just a Veloster N. You cannot get a Veloster or a Veloster Turbo anymore.
Really?
Yep.
Is it just a Veloster N or is that it?
Just a Veloster N is what you could buy.
Oh.
That's it. It's just a track car.
Kind of cool though.
Yeah. So Elantra, Sonata, the Kona,
right? The little mini SUV
and
thing.
I believe the Santa Fe will all come in N line. And the N line versus, let's say the Elantra. We'll go from that. The Elantra on its own is just a little 4-cylinder Econo cruiser.
A
right?
what?
An Econo cruiser.
Oh, Econo cruiser.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
The Elantra N line is the next step up, and that will have a 201 horsepower, 1.6 liter turbo, sport shocks, valve exhaust, so you can turn it on and off, loud mode.
Okay.
D-shaped steering wheel with the flat bottom, leather Alcantara seats, everything you want in a nice track car.
Sure.
Still front wheel drive, still has comfort mode, still very good on gas. And then you step up to the Elantra N that has a 2-liter turbo, sport shocks, sport brakes, Brembos, everything, 365 horsepower, monster.
That's ridiculous.
Right? So they're making
Wait, so you're saying like the regular model has like all the performance stuff as well?
It has some performance. It's not as big. The N line is a 1.6 turbo. The N is a 2-liter turbo.
What's the difference between the N line and the N?
I just told you. The N line has
Is
a
it
smaller
called
engine.
N line?
It's called an Elantra N line, not an N.
Oh.
So it's the N line. It's got an N
line,
package.
The word line is part of it.
Yes, it's an N package rather than an Elantra N.
Got it.
So it's like how Mercedes, you can get the AMG package or you could buy the AMG.
So the N is still higher.
The N is still the top.
And then N line is just like
The
a
N
little
line,
bit of fun shit.
The N line is like the normal car. It doesn't have the two-tone paint. It doesn't have like any of that fancy, like that beautiful bright blue with the red accents.
Sure.
It's just normal colors, but it's a little bit faster.
C. Okay.
Right? And they're doing the same thing with the Sonata, the Kona. I believe the Santa Fe, they're doing it as well.
Okay, cool. I get it.
Yeah,
I follow you now.
So they're launching that to compete with like Audi, who has the S line or the S. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know they had that.
You can get an Audi A4 S line, or you can get an Audi S4 or an RS4. You know what I mean?
Oh, did not even realize that. I didn't know that much about those cars at all.
Same with the Golf. You get the Golf R, or you can get the Golf R package, and it's got different appearance,
Those
bigger
are different
rims.
things?
Yes.
I've never seen an R package before.
You can get an R appearance package, is what it's called. You can get that on the Touareg. You can get that on everything.
Oh.
Which is just like, it's the nice version, right? It's got like the fancy leather.
Such a weird way to sell your cars.
It's not.
Because it's just like one advertises to like the kids and then the base model advertises to the average person.
Because I'll put it into price perspective. An Elantra, you can get a fully loaded Elantra for probably what, in and around 25 grand.
Sure.
The N line is 28.
Okay.
The N is 38.
Right.
Right?
Got it.
More stuff. You got the ceramic Brembos. You got a big, humongous,
They're putting
stupid
Bremos
engine.
on a fucking Elantra?
On an Elantra N, yes, there's Brembos.
Jesus.
Yes, because it's a track car. It's got almost 400 horsepower.
That sounds insane.
It's ridiculous, but it's
sounds
awesome.
kind of dope.
The Veloster N is a rally car.
True enough.
Right? It's got paddle shifters.
The N isn't a rally car, is it?
The
It
N
was
is
more of a
rally-
street car.
They are rally cars.
Oh, so
Because I believe the Veloster N is an all-wheel drive.
it looks too low to be a rally car.
Or no, it's front-wheel drive. They're all still front-wheel. They
Yes.
are low, but they're tunable. They're moddable.
Sure.
They're very easily. They have adjustable shocks and all that stuff. But
Sure.
what was I going to say? I don't even remember now.
You're talking about the pricing before I asked the question.
Yeah, but I was going on about something else. I don't even remember. Whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, so they're releasing that. So it's going to be like a kind of a step in between having a base and a track car. It's going to be like a fast.
It's going to
fun
look
version.
like a track car, but it's still
that's
a base.
what it is. All N-line vehicles are also coming with 8-speed dual clutch transmissions with paddle shifters, rather than the CVTs that usually come in them.
Okay.
And they haven't made it to Canada yet, but there is an also optional 6-speed manual.
They're actually going to make a manual in the N line.
The N line is only out in the US and Japan right now, manual.
Okay.
But Canada has just the dual clutch automatic with paddle shifters.
I mean, if you can get it in the States, you could probably just easily get one.
You could, but you'd have to pay for it, right?
Yeah, like import fees.
But
or
yeah,
whatever.
so the 6-speed manual is an option in the US.
So manual is still alive.
Just for the sport cars. The only thing they don't have, which is what people are complaining about because the Elantra N line will compete with like the Civic Si kind of thing, right?
Right.
The Civic Si and the Golf GTR, because the R is a little bit above it. The GTI and the SI both come with limited slip differentials.
Okay.
The N line does not, which is really not that big of a deal unless you're tracking it.
Right. Yeah, which I don't think
The
people will
average
be.
person is not going to really care that much.
Or the idiots will track
But
them.
then again, an SI is over 30 grand and an N line is like 4 grand cheaper
Sure.
for the same fun.
Is it the same fun?
It's a car, like it's an Elantra. It's a
I
tiny
might-
little car with 200 horsepower.
I might take a gander into pricing one out. I won't buy one. I know I won't buy one. I'm just curious to look and see what it's all about.
I'm leaning towards it, to be completely honest.
Yeah?
I got to sit in one. I got to start it up and listen to that exhaust. It does the crackles and pops. It does all that stuff. And then you just press a button and it closes it.
That's
And
actually
then
kind of cool.
Back to the comfort mode. It has electronically controlled shocks. The comfort mode is way softer and nicer. As soon as you put it in sport mode, the thing hardens up. You're ripping into corners. It's awesome.
Stiff suspension and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just test drive it
Yeah.
for the shit of it.
Might as well. I mean, the Kona N kind of looks cool. It's like a small little crossover. And then, oh no, 204 horsepower.
Which is kind of nice.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of nice.
Yeah, it's dope. I got to sit in a Kona N, actually, and a Veloster N at Drive Festival. Which
Would
was
I
really
even
cool.
be able to fit inside of a Velociter? That's the real question.
Yes.
You think so?
Because you're not wider than me. The only person I saw have trouble get into it
Was someone wider than
was a buddy of mine
you? Okay.
who's
What
a little
about
bit
what
wider.
about having a passenger sit behind me? Probably not.
Probably
right?
not. No,
Yeah, okay.
you're not buying a Veloster N for.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I mean, a lot of people buy them for commuting, but you're not expecting to bring
Yeah.
the family to
I
a
think-
shopping trip.
I think I'm always, unless I have like a weekend car, I'm always gonna have to have like a sedan.
I think that's why they're making the Kona N. Because now you do have somebody you could put passengers. You got lots of cargo
Could
space.
I fit someone behind me in a Kona?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man.
They're very small.
A Kona is about the size of a CX.
3,
Yeah.
which is small as fuck.
No, they're not.
It's like a lifted
That's
Mazda
the CX.
3.
That's the CX-30.
Wait, Mazda you're talking
Mazda has a CX-30 and a CX-3. The CX-30 is like a lifted Mazda 3. CX-3 is the crossover.
about? No, CX-5 is the crossover.
CX-3, CX-5, and CX-6.
I'm gonna look up the CX-3 for a second because I'm pretty sure that one is like no chance I could sit in the back of that, or someone could sit behind me in that.
You could. You definitely could.
The one thing I'll say is that the best car I ever owned for backseat space was the Versa,
Versa was good.
because I could have it all the way back.
My
and
Nissan
people,
is the same. My Sentra is
not,
the same. I mean,
not the same. Yours
It is.
a little bit smaller.
the only difference between it is the roof, the headroom.
Yeah, that's the CX-3. It's just like a lifted Mazda 3.
Look at the CX-30 now, because I think that's what you're thinking of.
No, that's what I was thinking. I said CX-3. That was a CX-3.
They also have a CX-30.
It's a 30. It's not giving me anything. Oh, here we go. It looks the same as what I just pulled up.
Maybe they merged them.
It looks like the same thing.
Maybe they merged them. They used to have two, which seemed kind of stupid, but...
Yeah, literally, so I'll just show you. Just,
CX3 you could easily put...
Oh, shit, I typed that wrong.
You easily could put
so if I type in CX30, right, just check this out.
Yeah.
So look at the cars there. You can see that they say 30 below them.
Yeah.
Watch when I hit the back button. You're going to see the cars look exactly the same. Where's the back button?
Yeah, it's okay.
The same thing.
But this...
Yeah. So my point is that there's not a lot of compact economy cars that...
That's the Kona N.
That actually looks kind of dope.
It's got wide body wheel wells and everything,
Is
man.
that actually wider, or is that just an indent to make it look wider?
No, it's actually wider.
Well, what you said it is wider?
Yeah.
How do I use an iPhone? I just want to get rid of the N. Go. Images. I don't think it actually is, because this one's just got plastic wheel wells.
Okay, well, regardless, it looks
But it
dope.
looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty cool.
It's got that little baby hood scoop, kind of, the inlet.
Yeah, there it is. It does, yeah, it does kind of look cool. I think it's too small. I'm not one that would ever drive it. If I was gonna drive an SUV, I've already made my decision.
But it's a crossover.
If I was gonna drive like a crossover or a little SUV, it would definitely be an RX 350, a Lexus.
You like the RX?
Yeah. I would take the NX 200, but I'm not really a big fan of the RAV4, and that's exactly what it is. I'd go for a bigger one.
The Kona N has a 0 to 60 in 5 seconds and reaches a top speed of 150 miles an hour. In a crossover.
Considering what it is, that's not terrible. Yeah.
That's good.
What's the power and like torque and weight on that? Do you know?
Let me see. I'll bring it up for you.
Just like
I don't know if they have it. 286 horsepower.
286?
286 horsepower, 2-liter 4-cylinder with a turbo.
2-liter 4-cylinder with a turbo. That's proper rally shit right there.
Turbocharged 4-cylinder, stiff suspension, sharp handling.
What's like the weight and torque?
It is 276 horsepower. Oh, 286 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's gonna start at a regular. Oh, it's 32 grand starting.
I'm only asking for 3 things
and
here, bro.
It's got a red button on the steering wheel, it's a boost button, which gives you an extra 10 horsepower for 20 seconds.
The fuck?
I don't understand.
That sounds dumb.
It's kind of cool though.
But like how?
I don't know.
It probably does something where it like completely disengages like the headers or like the manifold or something.
It doesn't have any.
It doesn't have torque or weight on there?
No, because they don't come out yet. They're not out yet.
Oh, so they don't know yet. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not that invested in it. I'm not going to get one.
But the Veloster N is much better. Veloster N is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, 276 horsepower, and 289 foot-pounds of torque. So it'll probably be a very similar engine to that.
Sure. Okay, but it'll be different ratios based on the weight of the car.
Different ratios, yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, let's get into some birthdays. How about that?
Go for it, man.
How about that?
You got the whole birthday spiel going on there.
Alrighty. So birthdays. We only got 4 for today.
That's it?
Yes. So we got Anthony Mackie is turning 43.
I don't know who that is.
Best known as Falcon from the Marvel Universe.
Didn't even know that guy had a name. Cool. Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie, Falcon. He's the actor that plays Falcon.
I was making a joke. I didn't realize he had a name.
He's turning 43.
Wow.
Okay.
Looks good for 43.
Next up, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, no shit.
He's turning 72 years old.
72.
Guy's still releasing albums and still playing.
Is he still releasing albums?
Yeah, he released one, I believe, earlier this year or last year.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, man. Matt Hardy, who we all remember from WWE, Monday Night Raw. He's a wrestler.
No idea. Never heard of him.
47 years old.
Okay.
And should he still be alive, Ray Charles.
Ray Charles' birthday today.
Who passed away in 2004. Yes.
Wow.
1930 to 2004.
Yeah, I realized since we missed last week, we probably missed a really good fucking day for birthdays last week. Because it was September.
You want me to go through?
Like just a quick handful. Not even like a lot.
What day would that have been? That would have been the 16th.
Was it the 16th?
Yeah.
Yeah, like just a handful. You know what? I would have mentioned this last week too. This is a newsworthy thing. While you look it up, I'll give you a second.
I got them here.
So just real quick, there was a big birthday last week.
Mm-hmm.
Real big birthday for me.
Who?
It was the 18th anniversary of the first Billy Talent album.
Wow.
And man, I listened to that last Thursday.
Billy Talent, just the self-titled album.
Yeah. Not Pez, like the first Billy Talent album. I listened to it, and they just released another song like last week, which is a good song, but they are getting a bit experimental now with their music.
Yeah.
Which is not like the full punk and screaming like they always do. They're kind of like going like a bit ballady. They had a prog song come out. But that first album was their peak. Do you know what the first track on the album was?
No.
This Is How It Goes.
Oh, we missed a big birthday last week.
What was it?
I'll
tell you in a second. So, This Is How It Goes was the first track on the first album. Like,
wow,
where do you go from there?
Yeah, I know.
Like, that was one of the best songs.
That's why that was why it was the first, because they were saying This Is How It Goes, and then it was just all fire.
Yeah, and I'm not saying there was a decline, but like nothing was as good as that album after that. Well, it was easily the best.
Billy Talent 3 was very good.
3 was one of my least favorites.
Really?
There was a few bangers on there. Like,
is that the one with Rusted from the Rain and stuff like that?
I think so. And like Saint Veronica was on there.
Saint Veronica was a dope song.
That was a good song.
All right, let's go. The birthdays we missed last week.
But yeah, so their first album came out 18 years ago, 2003.
Yeah.
On September 16th, I listened to it. It was just flat like straight bangers, like full album. Every single song was fire.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't listened to it and you're a fan of Billy Talent, or you haven't listened to it in a while,
go refresh.
Just refresh, man. It's fucking fire. Like the drums sound so crisp. The bass tone is amazing. The vocals are his peak. Like, that was the best he ever was.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, ready? So we missed some good ones.
What do we got?
So Nick Jonas turned 29.
Oh my god. 29?
29. They're like all fucking married and shit now, man.
It's hard to accept that he's 29, but like when I was like 16, he was also like 19.
Yeah. So Nick Jonas turned 29. Joji.
Who's Joji?
He's a musician, but he also was a big YouTube personality, and he just so happened to have written the Harlem Shake.
Oh, got it.
Filthy Frank is who he used to be.
Stupid song.
If you ever know Filthy Frank.
No.
Big YouTube personality. Anyway, Joji, 28. Nick Jonas, 29. We had Mark Anthony turned 53.
Okay. Who's that again?
Mark Anthony, the singer.
What does it look like?
Mark Anthony.
Why am I drawing a blank?
He was a Spanish singer. Living la vida loca. You know Living La Vida Loca?
I know the song.
Yeah, that's Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony. Oh, fucking internet in here is just botched.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to keep going.
Amy, how old did you say it was?
53.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Amy Poehler turned 50.
Who's that?
She's an actress and a comedian. She's this girl.
Got it.
Yeah, you know exactly who she is. Who else? We had... I'm going through the list here of people that we're going to know.
They have pictures beside their names and shit too?
Yeah. That's pretty much it. But the last one here that I'm going to mention is one that you're going to be very upset that we missed. Would have been BB King's birthday.
No shit.
Yep.
BB King's birthday was the same day Billy Talent 1 came out.
Yep. And BB King passed away in 2015.
September 16th just became maybe my favorite day of the year.
Yeah. And he was
second only to my birthday, Christmas, New Year's, St. Patty's Day.
He was 90 years old when he died. Did you know that?
Yeah, bro.
90 years old.
My dad and I saw his last concert in Toronto.
Yeah, I know. That must have been insane.
Honestly,
I'm happy.
I shouldn't be saying this on the record because it's on the record. But, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. Remember, he was like 88 years old when I saw him, or like 86 years old. It may have been the worst concert I ever watched.
Well, he was sitting in a chair the whole time.
It was a 40-minute concert because they pulled him off the stage. They wouldn't let him play past a certain time.
Yeah.
It was cool to see him.
Obviously.
It was like probably one of the greatest experiences of my life.
Same thing when we saw Buddy Guy, watching that guy come out.
The difference between Buddy Guy is Buddy Guy was up on the stage dancing and cursing.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
He was like a stand-up comedian with a guitar. But BB King, it was kind of like it was nice to see him, but it was almost sad.
Yeah, because
you're
old.
like,
He's old.
Like, yeah, you always say I'm gonna do this till the day I die, but like, you're probably hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
He was still entertaining. He's still playing guitar better than I'll ever play in my life.
That's one thing I will say, because I know we saw Buddy Guy. He's got to be close to 90, right? Like he's getting up there.
He's probably like late 70s, early 80s.
And just recently, now that the drummer of the Rolling Stones passed away recently, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
I saw the Rolling Stones a couple years ago as well in 2019. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Especially because like Mick Jagger had heart surgery. He had a surgeon standing by backstage.
Right, I remember you saying that.
Keith Richards looks like he died 6 years ago.
He does. He's looked like he's he looks like he's been dead since he did Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he's yeah. But like all these bands, like I'm just thankful I got to see them. And I know Roger Waters is coming next year as well.
Yeah, I might actually consider that one, depending on how much it is and where it is.
$80 US at the well, I guess it's the
ACC.
Roger, no, what is it? No, it's the Scotiabank
Scotiabank Center. So like, the arena.
Yeah,
like the
where the ACC was, or the Rogers Center now.
Rogers Center is the Sky Dome.
Yeah. So
is that the Sky Dome?
Yeah, it's at Rogers Center. It's Roger Waters. Well, he's obviously going to sell a shit ton of tickets. I know,
but it's like sometimes these guys like BB King or like Buddy Guy, they like the smaller venues.
Yeah, no, he's playing a big ass show because they do the light show and all that stuff. It's Pink Floyd,
like,
right?
Probably like fireworks and shit. Yeah, gotcha.
But let's get into some history now. So we had those birthdays. Those are what we missed last week.
Yeah.
We got some good history though.
We don't have to do history from last week. I just want to know.
I'm not going to do the history from last week. We got some good ones actually that you're going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
space stuff.
We're going to start no space stuff, but video game stuff.
Okay.
So we're going to start in 1642.
1642.
All right. So September 23, 1642. Harvard College starts its first commencement. So that's their first year. 1642 is when Harvard College started.
Harvard College?
Like Harvard in the U.S. It's a college. It is a college.
Is it not a university?
No.
I thought Harvard was a university.
University is really only in Canada. Everything is a college in the U.S.
You fucking with me?
Well, I mean, UCLA, I know. But it might be a university now, but they called it Harvard College back then.
Okay. I think universities are big in the States.
I don't know.
They're all universities.
Doesn't matter.
Every big city has a university, but yeah, I'll let you.
That's what it's called. That's what it's Harvard. Harvard College is
okay.
They had their first commencement September 23rd, 1642.
Cool.
All right. We're going to skip 1879.
1879.
Yes. Richard Rhodes, good name.
Don't know who that is.
Invented the hearing aid called the audiophone.
The audiophone.
Yeah.
1842?
1879.
1879. Why did I say 42?
1642 was Harvard.
Oh, got it.
1879.
1879 called it the audiophone?
The audiophone. And I'm just imagining this big fucking like thing that you stick in your ear to hear better.
Yeah, I'm thinking, the ones that the dads get tattooed like their kids and it's a little thing that sticks on the side of their head.
Yeah.
No, it's probably like a fucking gramophone.
Yeah.
And it's like
sticking out of your ear hole. Yeah.
You just walk around all day like this.
What?
Say that again. Here, just talk into this big fucking tube.
What?
Actually, I kind of want to look it up. I'm curious to know what did he call it?
An audiophone.
1872.
1879.
1879.
God, your memory is garbage.
Audiophone.
Yeah.
Please tell me it's a big fucking
honker.
Yeah, like just on the side of your head. Please tell me. Sorry, hearing aid?
It's called audiophone.
Yeah, I just saw some weird pictures that didn't seem to add up. What the fuck? I'm like so confused. Bro. This is it. I don't understand.
I don't understand how it works either.
I'm so fucking confused, bro.
No, here you go. So you talk into a thing that places on the table and it amplifies the shit out of it. It's essentially a speaker.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So
it's essentially an enormous speaker.
You talk into the bell of it and it goes down into your ear?
It says the ad is like the bell, it sits on a table.
Who's the guy that made it again? Richard something?
Richard Rhodes. RHODES. You're trying to find a picture of it.
No, I think with the thing I was looking at was actually it. Yeah,
It is. Yeah, you're right.
The thing I was looking at. Yeah, what you're looking at was like just a gramophone.
No, it said the audio phone. I don't understand how it works, though.
Hold up. I'm going to get you a little tidbit here. In eWorld Online. eWorld Online. On this day, September 23rd.
Oh, shit. You chew on it. You put it in your mouth. And the waves... Look, it's got a diagram right here. So you would essentially put it in your mouth, and the vibrations would go through your head, and you would hear it that way.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's the piece that they're holding. So you would talk into another metal sheet, and the vibrations would run through this machine through your head that you're biting on, and you would hear it that way.
Wait, it's not the...
Because look, give it back. If you go back, like, look, that's it. That's like the same picture you had, and he's got it in his mouth. Yeah, because if you look at the same picture you were looking at, she's chewing on it.
Yeah, that kind of looks fucking whack, eh?
That's so funny. You put it in your mouth. That's funny. Anyway, I'm going to continue while you...
I'm so interested in this.
Oh, God, I didn't get a date for this. Why didn't I put a date down? Anyway, it's somewhere close to 1879. I'm not going to go searching through all the windows again.
1878, 1879?
About 1879, the same date. We'll say within the next couple of years.
Okay.
Nintendo Koppai was founded by Fusajiro Yamauchi.
Okay.
In Japan, which is what came into Nintendo. And they founded to produce and market a playing card game called Hanafuda.
A playing card game.
That was their first thing.
That was their first game.
It was a playing card game called Hanafuda.
Okay.
I don't know what Hanafuda was, but that's why Nintendo started.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, card game.
A card game first.
Then we're going to 1908. What are you looking at still?
Sorry, I think I found a video. Hold up.
Of the audio phone?
Yeah, hang on.
My God.
I'm so curious, bro. Hold on. Before you continue there, I think I got it. Where's the video?
Oh my God.
If I find a video, I'm linking it.
Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to continue here while you're looking. So 1908, the University of Alberta opened.
1908, University of Alberta.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man. 1932. Oh my God. 1932.
Yep.
A gentleman by the name of, and I'm going to butcher this too, Abdulaziz Ibn Saud merges two kingdoms of Nej and Hijaz into what is now Saudi Arabia.
In 1932?
1932.
It's kind of impressive.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know this guy at all. I don't know if he was like had power or if he was just lucky, but cool.
I think he was like whatever the equivalent to a president was, or the leader.
Oh, world leader was just like, hey, figure this shit out and let's go.
So 1938. This one's kind of cool, actually.
Okay.
1938. There was a time capsule buried in New York City at the World's Fair.
Okay.
It is set to be opened in 6939. So for 5,000 years. So 1938.
5,000 years.
6939 is when it's scheduled to be opened.
Did they explain what they put inside of it?
Yes. It is containing...
Oh, this is actually kind of cool.
A woman's hat.
A woman's hat.
A hat. A man's tobacco pipe. And 1,100 feet of microfilm. And they're not saying what's on the microfilm.
Oh. That's actually
1,100 feet of microfilm.
Well, I don't know. What does that translate to in time? 1,100 feet could just be like 10 minutes.
Regardless, that's cool.
Oh, I think that's fire
1938.
As fuck. When they can open it in 60 what?
6939. Not in our lifetime.
So it's
fucking
a 5,000 year.
5,000 year, because 1939 to 6939.
I wonder if the people will allow that.
I wonder if it's even there still. If it's just been crushed.
Well, I was gonna
pressure.
say, I'm thinking two things. A, is it still there? Is it like national treasure?
Has somebody gone to look for it?
Has Nicolas Cage gone and stolen it? Or is that national treasure? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is someone gonna get impatient and be like, hey, let's crack this open now? I mean, they know it's a pipe. We all know what a pipe looks like.
Is it still there?
But the other thing is like, so a hat and a pipe, those are very interesting items to put inside of a time capsule.
Could be other stuff, but that's what it said. Like the thing said it contains a woman's hat, a man's pipe, and 1,100 feet of microfilm.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more stuff.
Probably.
But I actually find those two items pretty fascinating because, so you said 1939?
1938 is when it was buried, yeah.
So a lot more people smoked back then.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now, I forget what the stats are, but it's like 15% of Canadians smoke.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is just cigarettes or if that's like tobacco products in general.
Yeah.
But like back then,
a lot.
It was probably over 50%.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably like near 70.
Most men smoke, like
so
most of them.
I wonder by that point, and I'm not sure if this is accurate to say as a prediction, I'm estimating that no one will be smoking by then.
Probably not.
I don't think tobacco will be something that people smoke. Maybe a cigar if it translates 5,000 years, but I'm thinking not.
Yeah, probably not.
Because, I mean, people have been smoking tobacco for tens of thousands of years.
I think because at this point...
But then the hat is another thing, too. Because will people even need to wear hats at a certain point? Maybe we have these digital fucking shades.
Because at this point, it hasn't even been buried 100 years yet.
Right. And there are already things that are like, I'm not going to say obsolete, but
almost.
Women don't wear hats like they used to.
No.
And like
men if you look at pipes like they used to.
If you look at a picture from 100 years ago, every single woman had a hat on.
Hat or a bonnet or something.
Yeah. And a fair amount of men did, but every single man was smoking a pipe.
Yeah.
Now you don't see either of those things anymore. So that's actually already like dated
very
as
cool.
Fuck.
Very cool, right?
I'm going to be there in 69, 38.
No, you will not.
I'll be there.
You'll be there as a metahuman.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'll be there as a metahuman or download myself into an Elon bot.
There you go.
And every time my Elon bot's starting to die, I'll just download myself into a new one.
There you go.
And I'll be there for it. I'm curious as fuck. I'm so impatient now.
In New York City. So, we're going to skip another 10 years now.
So 48?
1949.
1949.
11 years.
Come on, math.
U.S. President Harry Truman announces the evidence of the USSR's first nuclear device detonation. So
shit.
This is when nukes started becoming things. This is
I just watched a movie about that.
49. So that's like right after the Second World War with Hiroshima and all that stuff. And everyone's like, oh shit, we should build probably stuff like that.
There's
so not fucked.
There's a movie. I just watched it. I don't remember which streaming service it was on, but it was Benedict Cumberbatch.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, I don't want to give the whole thing away, but it was around the time that the USSR or like Russia was basically like had the country kind of locked down and wouldn't let any
Cold
information
War?
out. I don't know exactly what the
Cold War
year
was 80s, wasn't it?
I
believe.
It was definitely older than 80s.
So probably before the Cold War.
It was like when MI6 wasn't public. So I don't know what year that came out.
I don't know.
When was MI6 public? Anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't remember the year.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like 60s or earlier. It could have been earlier. Like it could have been like 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
So it could have been around this time. And Benedict's character was just a businessman, just like an average guy. But they need the MI6 or MI5, I don't remember what it was at the time, needed to get someone inside Russia to like find out what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And there was a guy inside Russia who was really concerned with world peace and tried to get some information out. So they sent him in, and it's just an amazing movie. But they basically found this movie was about when they found the nukes set up in I believe it was Cuba that were pretty much ready to aim at the States. Okay. And it was a really good movie. I don't know, that made me think of it, so I think it's probably around the same timeline.
Likely. That's very cool though.
I recommend it.
This next one is very, very cool. You're gonna like this one.
Yeah?
Well, it's sad, but you're gonna like it as well. 1980. September 26, 1980.
So we're a bit like 31 years in the future there.
31 years in the future. Bob Marley's last concert at Stanley Theater happens in Pittsburgh.
1980. What date was that?
September 26.
September 20. Oh yeah, right. We're on days of history.
Bob Marley's last ever concert happened at Stanley Theater in Pittsburgh.
When did he die?
Shortly after that, I believe.
Like a couple of days after, or was that like an end of a tour?
Well, what ended up happening is he got an infection in his toe, and the doctors told him you need to get that shit taken care of. And it meant canceling a bunch of his shows. He was on tour at the time.
Oh, and he wouldn't do it.
And he said, I'm not canceling shows. My fans come first. I'm going to do my shows. If it gets bad, it gets bad.
And then he died.
And then he got a blood infection from that and ended up dying of it.
Oh, I thought it was like typical, like got shot or something.
Nope. He died of a blood infection based on his big toe.
The movie is called The Courier.
The Courier. Okay,
Yeah.
I might have to check that out. It sounds good.
It's let me just read the blurb. A true story of British businessman unwittingly recruited into one of the greatest international conflicts in history, forming an unlikely partnership with a Soviet officer hoping to prevent a nuclear confrontation. The two men worked together to provide the crucial intelligence used to defuse the Cuban Missile Crisis.
So it's the Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay.
Yeah. So I knew it wasn't the one you brought up. It just kind of reminded me of that. Very, very good movie.
Good.
Highly recommend it.
And I got one last one.
Last Day in History.
2012. Okay, September 26th, 2012.
The year was the world was supposed to end.
Yes.
Got it.
Iran blocks the use of Google in their country.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Cannot use Google as a search engine in Iran.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know if it's still a thing, but that was a thing.
Man, we could really just expand on history for an entire episode.
There's tons of shit.
Iran, Google. I don't need the language. I just want to... Google banned in Iran. 6 days after the statement, Iran announced that Google and Gmail would be added to the list of banned sites to replace the national... Oh, this is just half of the sentence. I don't know.
But as of that is the end of the history, bringing a conclusion to the news.
Wow. Yeah, I'll look at that later. That's interesting. What was the thing that one of us was gonna follow up with after this? Oh yeah, you're gonna get Game Pass.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sick. I'm excited.
You just want me to race with you.
I just want to race people, bro. That's all I want to do.
I mean, realistically,
I'm not good enough to play the pros yet.
Just because I am going to school and all that stuff, I'm gonna evaluate whether or not I can fit that into my budget. But realistically, $13 a month is not that bad.
We don't have to do it for the month. Like, I'm not asking you to do any more. Like, well, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm saying for just so we could play that day and maybe get some practice in, just do it.
Okay.
For 1 month and that's it.
Okay.
And just skip out on like fast food or something for one day.
I don't get fast food at all.
Oh, you're smart.
Yeah. I've dropped like 15 pounds.
Good. You probably feel great too.
I feel fantastic.
Good.
I haven't had energy drinks in a really long time.
Oh.
I haven't had soda in a really long time. I had a Coca-Cola vanilla, but that's only because it's a vanilla Coke, and I haven't. But you never find that.
Do they have like zero vanilla?
They do. They have vanilla zero vanilla, and they also have Coca-Cola extra vanilla.
What's extra?
It's got more caffeine in it.
That sounds stupid.
It's kind of cool, but yeah, I only got Coke vanilla because that. But otherwise, it's basically I just live on rum, bourbon, and water.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And black coffee because I need caffeine from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm still doing okay. So I remember I mentioned about coffee.
How you doing with that cut down?
So I it kind of hit me pretty hard.
Yeah, it's gonna feel like a dump truck for a while.
Well, it's like
headaches.
So
every day.
No, it wasn't the headaches. I think I explained this when I talked about it a few weeks back. So when you, like, as a human, I guess, or as a functioning everyday person, you have like your bottom line, like your lowest energy point when you wake up in the morning. That's like the most you can give, or sorry, I guess it's your top line. And that's the most energy you can do to whatever you got to do. Yeah. When you have coffee, that bottom line or top line, however you view it, your level of energy is just that much higher. Yeah. But the difference is if you're a daily coffee drinker, like most coffee drinkers are, you're used to that line, not the lower line. Yeah. So, I'm used to drinking like maybe 3 coffees a day. Yeah. So going cold turkey like that, I was down a lot of energy and required a lot more sleep, which I wasn't necessarily getting a lot more sleep to counteract it.
You're like me where we don't get much sleep to begin with.
Yeah, so I probably like a week and a half into it, I was like, okay, I'll have a small coffee today, just like because I was just like really sluggish, like I was really bad, and we had to unload a shipping container that day at work, and I was like, there's no fucking way I'm unloading a shipping container with no coffee. I'm telling you that right now. So, anyways, I've been good. I either have a small or a medium coffee, but only one not every day.
Very good.
So I'm probably at like 4 coffees a week.
I have,
which is definitely a lot to adjust to because I'm still tired of shit all the time. But I just got to work on other things, like maybe adding like a small workout schedule again because I've been off of that for a few months, and then maybe just a better sleep schedule.
Yeah, sleep is what I definitely need to work on. But in terms of coffee, I have one every day. But work, I'll have an extra large. But it's like because I'm up for 12 hours doing stuff. And then when I'm at home, I'll have a mug in the morning when I wake up.
I'll make it super clear. There is no reason I'm pushing to not drink coffee. Like it's just I want to see for myself
what it's like.
As soon as like the month is up, I'm going probably back into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like absolutely. Like
you're just doing a month with no coffee.
I love coffee. Well, I'm doing a month of lower coffee. Oh my god, my phone is annoying. That's you now.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing because it's Discord going on.
Well, we have a bit of both. Yeah, I think maybe. I hope it doesn't come through. But yeah, after September's over, I'm definitely gonna just get back on the coffee. But
do it.
It's been kind of eye opening to realize how much I depend on it. So, but yeah.
Dope, man.
I think I really got to clean my shit up. A little bit more working out. I've been tapering down on that. Haven't been doing that as much. And definitely like the sleep schedule I've been a little bit crazy on because I've been doing, I watched all the Fast and Furious movies last week.
I need to watch them. Everyone tells me I need to watch them, but I think I've seen Tokyo Drift in pieces and that's it.
So I definitely watch them in chronological order.
Like
Tokyo
1, 2, 3, 4,
Tokyo
5,
Drift
6,
comes
7.
after 6, I believe.
So I shouldn't watch Tokyo Drift when it's supposed to be watched. I should watch it later.
No, like watch it in not when it came out. Like it is the 3rd movie that was released, but in the timeline it's like 5 or 6 or something.
Oh.
So I would say wait till then. Like you can just Google Fast and Furious chronological and it'll just come up.
Yeah.
Everyone always criticized it, but when I watched them back to back, it did sort of make more sense. Like how intense they are, I still agree is kind of stupid. But when you watch them back to back and you realize like the first movie, they were like robbing semis and like stealing full tractor trailers full of like products of stuff as like 3 street racers. Like that is actually pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy shit. And then like the next one, they were like running like guns and money for another guy. Like that's pretty intense too. And then so it just kept going and piling up. And like you can't go down, you have to go up. And so the whole thing with them the
new movie with the spaceships and shit.
I haven't seen the new movie yet. That's the reason I watched them all together. But the second last movie with the plane coming down on the landing strip that was like 17 miles long.
Yeah.
Which if you were to actually watch it like on multi-screens with everyone happening, it actually was a decent timeline. It's just they were cutting to each character. Like that intensity makes sense because they had to keep going up.
Yeah.
That was a longer explanation than I probably needed to, but yeah, it makes sense when you watch them all together.
Fair enough.
But it was equally sad again watching the Paul Walker and Vin Diesel like drive separately because it wasn't even Paul Walker in the car, but I did kind of like get the
choke up a little.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's sad.
Poor guy.
Yeah, man, I'm a Paul Walker fanboy.
I can tell.
Yeah. Anyways, Myke.
What
are your socials?
My socials, you can find me at MADalessandro20 on Instagram, where you will find the links to all my streaming and podcast and photography endeavors. I am working on some new photos of Drive Festival as well that I'm currently editing that I will be posting.
Cool. So looking forward to it.
Should be pretty dope.
Looking forward to it.
And what are yours? Well, actually, no. Where can they find the show?
We'll just do the shows last.
Okay. Well, what's yours?
Don't fuck the order up. Mine is Instagram at Richard Hartnett. I got a thing. Whatchamacallit?
Linktree.
Linktree. Thank you.
Still haven't done one.
You should just do one for the shit of it, man. I'm telling you, like I got my LinkedIn on there. I got the Discord on there. I got my something else website. I got my website on there.
You have shit though. I don't have shit to put in there.
Well, I mean,
I put like my Twitch and the Instagram and like the podcast.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it. What's the point?
I think I have a podcast in there. I don't know, man. It's just like if you got, I don't know. I mean, you probably don't care as much about like people interacting with you on social media as like the average person. But if you ever really did care, like if you ever were trying to build yourself a following, it's just a good place for information and stuff.
Fair enough.
Especially if you're going to market yourself.
Yeah.
Like there was a long period of time where I was marketing myself as a person to try and get into marketing because that's what I went to school for.
Yeah.
So like I made a website that was a portfolio, linked it to all my socials, cleaned up my socials from the little delinquent I was, except for Facebook. That's too much effort.
Yeah.
And so that's why I had all that. Anyways, the show is you can find on Instagram and Facebook at the Dick Van Myke Show, or on Twitter at Dick Van Myke, which has been completely inactive for like a good month, but also the Instagram has been pretty lacking. So Mikey's got to do a better job there.
If I had the time, man,
you can literally do it while you're pooping.
When it boils down to it, I'm working a full-time job, 2 part-time jobs, and I'm in school.
But you do poop.
Yeah, I poop when I'm at work.
So you go take a poop, quickly just drop the first meme you find.
The whole interior of that plant, for some reason, is reception blocked, right? Because you're not supposed to be able to take pictures.
Really?
Yep. Because we're working on new models and everything like that. Lots of redesign shit
coming through. I thought I closed that. Oh well.
But anyway, yeah. So I could try. I am trying to be more active, and I do apologize that the Instagram's not active.
Just one post a week. That's all we need you
to
do. We got a banner. I don't know if anyone's seen that yet. Did anyone see that yet?
Yeah, you talked about it last time. How would they not see it? It's right there.
Yeah, fair point.
Jesus.
Well, I don't know if it was up when we did the last week.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I put it up after.
No, that's why it was put up when we got in here already.
Oh, right, because we put it up before we recorded last time.
Yeah. Which would have been 2 weeks ago.
Holy shit. Had that for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Straightened up very nicely.
It's nice. Yeah, it looks good. It's unraveled itself. It's yeah, be sure to hit the follow, subscribe, and auto download button. Hit the notification bell on YouTube so you get notified of when we get videos uploaded.
Do it up. And now that the growing season is almost over, I will be bringing in some spicy ass hot peppers for me and Dick here to enjoy.
Oh, Matt wanted to do something like that too. I wonder if we can bridge it all together.
We'll get Matt back on here because I know our episode got a little bit messed up with that one.
I think he wanted to live stream it on his Twitch account. So maybe what we do is we'll do a DvM from his house.
We could
with him
in the Tube Sock studio.
Pepper challenge. All right, I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Okay, you know what? If we're gonna do it all together, I have something that's gonna be even worse than a hot pepper that we're all gonna do.
I think it has to be a pepper or hot sauce from peppers. I think there's like a thing. He's got like a thing is falling. I don't know. I'll ask him about tomorrow.
It's called. So what I'm thinking of doing, and I really want to try this challenge, just because I eat spicy food, and now the fact like my hot sauce that I use on a daily basis is 2.2 million Scoville.
Okay.
To put that into perspective for everybody, a jalapeno is 600.
So it's
2.2 million.
Okay.
Is the hot sauce I use. They have.
Why do you use it?
Because it's good. It tastes fantastic, and I really like spice. But it's not that hot for me. I'm used to this kind of shit.
So, like, if I take any of these hot peppers that Matt's wanting to take for his thing that he's doing, I know I'm gonna cry like a bitch.
That's fine.
That's kind of the point.
Encouraged.
I want to
just don't touch your eyes.
I'm not gonna touch my eyes.
Do not touch.
I'm gonna put like latex gloves on.
Put gloves on. Eat the pepper. And
I'm gonna
put
goggles. I'm gonna put goggles on.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna burn my eyes just by the fumes. I'm probably gonna like plug my nose too.
But what I want to do is it's called the Tube of Terror Challenge.
That sounds ridiculous.
It's a tube that just looks like a vial, and it's filled with peanuts, and the peanuts are coated with pure capsaicin extract and ghost pepper extract and Carolina Reaper extract, totaling them to 6.6 million Scoville.
Sure, I still don't understand the numbers, but go
triple that hot sauce I'm using.
Right.
It's 1 million times a jalapeno.
Right.
Okay?
Got it. Jalapenos are kind of hot for me.
Yeah, it's a million. Well, not a million. I guess it's 100,000 times hotter than a jalapeno.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I see your math there.
There you go. It's fucked. They're very spicy. It's gonna be good.
I have two questions. I have two very big questions here. Because I mean,
just one peanut you have to eat.
I'm happy to. Oh, really?
Just one peanut. You don't have to do a whole thing.
I thought you had to fucking dunk that shit.
No, I'm gonna get one tube and we each have a peanut.
Oh,
that peanut is gonna fucking like hospitalize you almost. Though.
Well, yeah, that's my question. That's like part of my first question.
We're probably gonna do it something similar to like a timer where we have to do like 5 minutes with nothing and then we'll have water afterwards. But you gotta experience the raw heat for a little bit. You can cave. Nothing's gonna happen to you if you cave.
I'm gonna practice like mental games. I'm like gonna like sit on nails and stuff to like practice the.
Come over at some point. And try the hot sauce I have.
No, that doesn't sound appealing at all.
You need to build it up.
Hey, you want to come pet my pet cougar? He's gonna bite your arm off, but he's cute.
But this is hot sauce though. It wears off in like 5 minutes.
No, it doesn't.
As it does.
I feel my shit in the morning after.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, that's my point.
I have to mentally prepare myself to take a shit now.
I'm gonna like have to mentally prepare myself.
But no, for real, like
meditate, fucking like home.
I cover my shit in this hot sauce now, and I barely feel it. So like,
ridiculous.
I don't know what it is. I think I'm just getting used to it. Only thing I've ever had that made me in pain was Mucho Burritos Ghost Pepper Burrito. That was a thing? Yeah, they still have it. You can still get it. But I had it, and I ate it in the mall. I was with the girlfriend, and after eating it, she's like, "All right, you ready to go? Like, you done?" I'm like, and she's like, "Are you good?" I was in so much pain in my stomach, like I had such a stomach ache, and I was dizzy. I couldn't stand up for like good 10 minutes. I had to sit there for like 10, 15 minutes until I could like walk properly again.
That's kind of fucked up.
And that wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, it doesn't sound appealing at all.
No, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah. I'm going to bring like a whole fucking gallon of milk.
Do it. That's fine. But this is happening. This is happening. It is happening. Not to mention next week, it'll be like the Dick birthday episode and we're going to get fucking wasted.
Oh shit! Yeah, I guess it will be.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
who am I gonna have on?
We should do it Wednesday then, because Wednesday morning I gotta wake up for school. So there's no way I'm doing it Tuesday night and getting wasted.
So I have to hold the fuck up for a second. You're telling me that Wednesday night we gotta record, get drunk,
and then edit,
and then I gotta go home and edit it.
Okay, so we'll do it Tuesday. Let's do it or Monday. We'll do it some point. Don't worry about it, peeps.
Yeah, then it's not their problem.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm not doing that fucking Wednesday night going home like, I just want to episode edit. And it's posted. And you press like the delete button or something like that. Of the entire fucking show.
It's posted.
Dick Van Myke show just ceases to exist because drunk asshole Richard was like, let's get drunk on my birthday and record and edit. Yeah, I'm down to celebrate my birthday on the show. I'm going to milk my birthday this year because I'm going to do 2 weekends, eh?
Oh, God, of course you are. I know you want to do the go-karting weekend, too.
Yeah, but I also might want to go to Subi Meet down in Cayuga. So one day is going to be Subi Meet, one Saturday, and the next Saturday is going to be go-karting. Haven't decided what or if yet.
Fair enough.
But I could
the dilemma that I'm facing now is I made all these plans for my birthday, but there are people that I hang out with that aren't vaccinated. And as of the 22nd, so after this podcast is released, you need proof of vaccination for most places.
True.
So that's the dilemma we all have to face. Because if you have friends as well, if you in the other group there that aren't vaccinated, they're not gonna be able to do a lot of shit.
Yeah. I'll have to look into like the options, like the go-karting first. I'll look into. I'm sure Cayuga won't care because it'll be outdoor.
No, when I was at Dry Festival, everybody was inside, not wearing masks and shit. Like everyone was just doing their own thing.
It's kind of funny.
I mean, it was outdoor.
It's kind of funny who does and doesn't care.
It was outdoor. It depends where I was that I would put a mask on. Like going up to order food and standing in lines and stuff, I was wearing a mask. And then as soon as you're just like free roaming around in the speed park there, it's fine.
Yeah, it makes sense. Anyways, we already did the outro.
Yep.
So, yeah, just be sure to share us around, follow us, stuff, grab some stickers that were...
It's like the banner, but smaller.
Honestly, I'm just going to have... Every time I have a stack in my car. Every time I go to Toronto now, I'm just going to slap some around.
Do it.
I should have done that when I was in there.
And I put a watermark on my stream. You should do the same.
Yeah, maybe I'll do it. If I ever do that again.
If you ever do that again. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. Have a fantastic Thursday. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, bro. I heard a good one-liner that day, so peace out. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.